Ndewo no. Ana m ekele unu na taa. So I welcome you to our conversation today. Kind of conversation. This is a historical conversation, and this kind of history is something you already know. So today we want to consider who are the Igbo people. Kedu ndị bụ ndị Igbo? Ole ndị bụ ndị Igbo? Eh? Kedu ndị bụ ndị Igbo? If you heard about Igbo people, you may wonder who are the Igbo? Who are the Igbo people? Who are the Igbo people? And now, there are a lot of misconception about an assumption about who are the Igbo. So a lot of people will say Igbo people are from here, Igbo people are from here, Igbo people are from here. Now, how about you? Who are the Igbo? Now, this our conversation is not those beer parlor conversation. This is kind of we are going to consult some historical and some documented fact and some scholarly materials, and we are going to consult some big Igbo historians, like renowned Igbo historians like Adela Fibo and co, and what they said about the Igbo origin. The issue of Igbo origin has been of great concern for many years, not just today. So it is not like a recent topic, or so to say. It's not a recent topic, and even the colonial guys, when they came to Africa, when they came to Nigeria, the place called Nigeria today, it wasn't Nigeria before. There was no Nigeria before. So when they came to the present-day Igbo land, they also tried to understand who are the Igbo. They also tried to understand the origin of the Igbo people. So now, so there's a kind of is a big kind of topic, and Igbo people are kind of they are very important in Africa. You cannot say the Igbo people are not important; they're important, and they have this uniqueness. Everybody know about the Igbo uniqueness. They're everywhere. They try at their best. They are productive and all that, and it is it's good to know where you are from. Like, knowing your origin is very, very important. And then a lot of people want to know their origin and where they come from. So we want to consider who are the Igbo people? Where did they come from? What is the origin of the Igbo people? Now, to continue this conversation, of course, some of you have heard about the Igbo people coming from Egypt, yeah, from Israel, lost tribe of Jews. Some people say Igbo people come from Egypt. There are a lot of theories of Igbo origin. Now, we will want to consider the background knowledge of who are the Igbo people. And this background knowledge will enable us to, proceed with our conversation, because we are going to explore a lot of things about the Igbo people. Then, now, the origin of Igbo people is problematic, in the sense that there's a lot of confusion about where the Igbo people came from. Ndị mmadụ na-asị na ndị Igbo si ebe a, ụfọdụ sị na ndị Igbo si ebe a. The question is that, where did the Igbo people come from? That is the question. Now, Afibo in 1983, in one of his articles called Traditions of Igbo Origins, a comment. It was published in 1983 in a journal of History in Africa. Yeah, that should be issue 10, page 1 to 11. So you can consult it, published by Cambridge. Yeah, Cambridge University Press. So 1983. Then Afibo highlighted this issue of Igbo origin that is kind of problematic. He used this thing that the colonial masters also used. They said that trying to know the origin of Igbo is a very maze within maze. So it is maze within maze. And according to Afibo, the origin of Igbo people kind of boggles the mind. So to even know where the Igbo people come from kind of boggles the mind. So the boggles the mind is kind of confusing, So, and now in 1930, there's an intelligence report by the colonial government, and this intelligence report is trying to highlight the Igbo origin. They now say that the Pan-Igbo tradition, tradition of the Igbo, there are almost many traditions within the Igbo land, and they're also subcultural traditions, or called clan. This is what the intelligence report said. It was published in 1930 by the British government. And, highlighting this, Afibo also say that there's kind of rivals about the traditions of these origins. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about the Igbo people. And when you're talking about Igbo people, you do not just talk about the Igbo people as umbrella covering everybody, because there are clans, there are subcultures, and there are subgroup within the Igbo area. So that means we have different history, but we have one thing that binds us together. So where did Igbo people come from as a people collectively? Can we, identify our origin collectively as a people, or can we identify our origin by understanding the subgroup or the subcultural communities that made up the Igbo people, which are they are classified as clan? And then, in order to highlight these theories of the Igbo origin, Afibo did something. He categorized them into three groups. Yeah, there are three groups. So the first group is the traditions of Oriental origin. That is the first category of Igbo origin. If you want to study Igbo tradition, so the historian Afibo classify it into three. The first one is what he called traditions of the Oriental origin. Then the Oriental origin is that is where you study those who believe that the Igbo people come from the Jews, and those who believe that the Igbo people came from Egypt. And there are some people who say that the Igbo came from Somalia. Another, there are a lot of theories of the Igbo origin that classified under that. And then the second group is the traditions of origin within the neighboring great state. So where are the great states we're talking about? We have the Gala, we have the Benin Empire. There's a lot of people who believe that they came from the Benin. Some people say they came from the Gala. So these are also the part of, we all just want to study the origin of the Igbo, or the tradition of the historical theory of Igbo people, historical theory of Igbo people, historical theory of Igbo people. So you have to, understand these places. So then the next one is the claiming autonomy. Tradition claiming autonomy. There are people who believe that Igbo people did not migrate from anywhere, that Igbo people have been here for years. They have been here for years. So these are the theories that we need to, analyze, and we'll be analyze them one after the other. Like, I'm not going to say everything at once. I'll be bringing the snippets, small, small, be dropping it so that we analyze all these things. It is very important because there are a lot of things we are going to discuss about the Igbo tradition, about the Igbo culture, about the Igbo origin, which I will expect you, which all of us to, come, listen, pay attention. We are going to understand all this. Ndewonu, ekele m unu, ya gazie. So, like I said, the next video I'm going to drop, we are going to analyze all these theories of the Igbo origin. We are going to analyze them, and one after the other. So the first one we are going to analyze is the traditional Oriental theory of Igbo origin, where we are going to consider the why we started that issue of Igbo people coming from Jews. Where did it start from? The first person that said it, where? So we will trace the history. After tracing all this history, we are going to, elaborate on what who we are. This is going to help us. Not all this nonsense some of people do, that they're going back to their culture. And if you ask them what is going back to your tradition, the root is about killing animals and pouring the blood on the body and to make money. That is not Igbo culture. So our conversation is that we are going to bring to light what really is the Igbo culture. There will, yeah, guys, yeah, 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 guys, yeah.